Yeah, no.
Let's see if I can bring the energy back down. If you can't tell by looking at me, I have issues. I want to address my outfit first. First, I'll just tell you that I'm working on myself and my issues and my mental health stuff. And I lived in Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, and Missouri, and all that time. Never owned a pair of shorts because I am too embarrassed to show my skinny ankles in public. So this is what's called exposure therapy. I want to say one more thing before I get into my stuff, because I have a pet peeve this week, and the pet peeve is, I recently heard a comic end his set by saying, "I'm fucking awesome," and I just think that's really arrogant and inappropriate, so I wanted to put that out there. I'm done with my pet peeve. So this is really, really hard for me, because speaking in public is one of the things that scares me. But I have been terrified of heights, and I jumped out of a plane recently 2 miles in the sky. And I live to tell about it. With all of my body issues, I posed naked for over an hour for photos and painting, and I lived through that. But I have some anger issues I'm working on. I have a lot of anger, and the outlets that I've been using are no longer appropriate. I had been using a lot of road rage, and I don't find that socially appropriate, and it's not who I want to be. Also, I found it perfectly fine to yell at the top of my lungs 2 times a week at least, and she deserved it. And I would use F-bombs and the B word and the C word. There was really no end to the words I would use in anger. And I can't do that anymore because the last time I had a rage yell like that in the privacy of my home, I had the windows all the way open and didn't notice it. And I didn't notice it until I put 2 and 2 together later, when I noticed all of the neighbors that are within earshot of me started to become autistic and refused to make eye contact with me. So now I'm using comedy as therapy. I'll tell you to start off with why I'm angry. I'm angry partly because I was born gay, left-handed, and neurodiverse. I will give you the chronology. I did not speak for years. I'll repeat that. I was as dumb as Helen Keller. I did not speak for years. No one looked into it. No one thought it was a problem. They did nothing for me then. I was born left-handed. I got to school. They said, "No, you can't be left-handed. We're going to force you to be right-handed." I started to speak. I had a pronounced gay lisp. They corrected that with speech therapy, but neglected to tell me I was gay. So I went through life to get to be 17, neurodiverse, underweight, gay person, and what do? You join the army. This was before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So I have issues, and that's part of why I'm angry, but I'm doing better now, and I had fantasized about making friends and starting a service for adults where you could have play dates, and then I realized that would just turn into Grindr, and that's not what I'm looking for. But I have found some friends in the comedy world lately, and I really appreciate that. I met one individual, and it was strange because when we first met, I had not let down my barriers. See, I spent my life masking, which is, if you don't know, it's pretending to be usually someone else. For me, it's pretending to be normal. I'm not normal, I'm never going to be normal, and I stopped pretending. So now you see the real me. Okay, so if you see my facial expression and I'm looking at you, and you can tell by the way I look at you that I think you are an idiot, just know that I think I'm an idiot, and if I look at you that way, then definitely you're right, I think you're an idiot. I'm not masking anymore. Being authentically myself is scarier than any of those things I've done, and in public, being myself has been very difficult. But being accepted by people in the comedy world has been great, and it makes me wonder what the fuck is wrong with all of you. And so this person that I did meet recently and hope to be friends with first said, "You're a fucking little bitch," one of the first things he said to me. And I'm still partially masked, so I was really taken aback and shocked, and it made me feel really special because he could see the real me, and he knew I was a little bitch right away. But then last week he called me a maggot, and I didn't know if he was like nagging or something, but he's not that kind of a person. He doesn't play games. So I just thought, okay, so I went to a maggot phase. He said I came out as a beautiful butterfly, and that's why I'm dressed like this. This kind of reminds me of a butterfly on the other side, so I'm happy about that. Even though I have a long way to go working on myself, at this time on this stage, I can tell you that I know I am fucking awesome. Thank you for listening and laughing. I'm my pleasure.
Michael Allen. Yeah, Michael was talking about you jumped out of a plane, and what else? What was the other big? Yeah, I did paperwork and I went to the mechanic. We're doing things we're afraid of. My old roommate's cat's been living with me, and he's very vocal. And he makes me know that I should not have children, and that it's good that I don't, because I am becoming my mother. I'm shouting at him, "You're too much! Stop! You're too much!" So I'm not breaking, but you know, what do they call that? The cycle of generational trauma. It's being passed on to my roommate's cat. The generational trauma. Coming up next to the stage, we got Austin Rutt.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh my God, where's the mic stand?
How's it going? How's it going? I'm Austin from Boston, Austin Rutt. Good to see everybody. Thanks for coming to Majestic tonight.